finally happening, you guys. It's been 7 months. It's in there.
Say hello, I would like to get into FedEx to get my package.
How may I help you?
Here for a pickup.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We are going in.
Well, now I know what the magic words are.
Here for a pickup?
Here for a pickup. Well, the booth is right there still. It's on the inside now.
I think I go this way.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things like, just act like you belong and no one will question you.
I mean, yeah, all I did was pull in and say I'm here for a pickup and they let me in.
Sure.
It's somewhere here.
Whoa.
It's a bigger pallet than last time.
How big is a bigger pallet?
Like, we're gonna have to take everything off the pallet, put it in the car. That is way bigger than huge shout out to the dude at FedEx for taking the pallet and helping us break it down in the parking lot and loading everything into the car.
He said you're not supposed to say hello.
They don't know what FedEx we're at. They don't know anything.
Don't get the guy in trouble.
I'm not, he was a very nice
He's
gentleman.
a very nice guy.
You want to show the back seat? All the goodies. That is 7 months worth of goodies we've been waiting for. So, this is a knife. And it didn't stick in the box like I wanted. This one we're keeping here. These other 4 are all gonna go to the shop and we'll open all these at the shop. We've got the EG block, the EG head. Don't know what those are, but there's something. I think one of them is cams.
I'm pretty sure that one's empty.
We'll open the one that you suspect is empty real quick. We'll verify and validate. Is this an empty box? It does feel empty. Damn!
Called it!
Damn! This one, I believe, is our giveaway engine. The old case was distorted, as you remember.
Yep.
So, I sent that one back, and I believe this is the replacement for that one. Correct. That is our new EJ33.
Wow.
Look at that, man. Some new zinc bolts and everything. Whoever wins this engine is getting some fancy zinc hardware. It's a good looking case right there. Sick. All right, I'm gonna go put this in the office and then we'll jet out, go to the shop and open up the rest of these ones.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to grab the engine stand, so I'm gonna have to break that down and put it in the car also. So some of you guys may remember, these engines have given us nothing but issues since we have embarked on this journey together. And we ourselves have become little Timmy, getting lost in the woods, figuring things out as we go. You'll remember after the first dyno session, we went ahead and we destroyed one camshaft by rounding the front lobe of it, so that way we essentially gave the engine adjustable cam timing, which it's not supposed to have in that regard. The second time, which was the catastrophic failure that we experienced after the car actually started making some power, was the one that kind of took out everything and put us to where we're at now. If you don't know, what happened with the last engine is the flywheel bolts all backed out off of the dyno. As soon as we got the car off the dyno, the flywheel bolts started backing out when Josh and I went out and did one street hit with the car. Flywheel backed out. It caused such an imbalance in the crankshaft that it actually shattered the oil pump gears. When it shattered the oil pump gears, it starved the engine of oil. Now, in conjunction with starving the engine of oil, we also melted cylinder 2 because of my bad wiring harness job, which we've corrected now, so I don't want to hear any poop about it. But now is when the good stuff starts to happen. Give power to the gate. How busy we looking today? Not crazy busy. There's the RV dude again. I still think he's turning the thing into a meth lab. That was a bold assumption to make. I said some random dude was turning his RV into a meth lab, and I just...
Maybe he's outfitting it to do van life.
Do people do van life in an RV? Isn't that cheating?
No.
I mean, I'm not a van lifer, but...
I don't think it's cheating.
Where the goods will be living. Now what do we have? The EG head. We'll do this one first because I can actually pick this box up on my own. We're gonna film opening all of these because you remember what happened last time?
Yup.
Let me grab a knife. So the old cylinder head, we totally destroyed. The head had essentially melted, which is not a good thing at all. So, first of all, what is this? These are buckets. Okay, so these are the new shimless buckets. So out front upgraded us from shimmed to shimless buckets for the cylinder heads. This is going to be for the head that I have here, which is right up here, which is still good. So this head was salvageable, thankfully, because one head was expensive enough. Boop. It is pure freaking beauty. That's nice. So out front went through, they reported a brand new cylinder head for us. I sent them down our 272 Delta cam so that way they could get the valve lash and everything set proper. So this is a good sign. This is beautiful. There is stuff in here, I just don't know what it is. Oh, this is the old destroyed crankshaft. So this is why I had to buy that whole spare engine, was because of that. We absolutely obliterated. We obliterated the first main and the second one. These are bearings for the rods. That's bad. You see that? Mm-hmm. This crank is essentially scrap, or there might be someone who can stroke them. I'm not entirely sure, but this poor soul. What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
No, or you guys weren't here for the channel during that time. The first built EG that I got destroyed in shipping. The entire corner of the block dropped by FedEx and completely decimated the engine. Okay, sweet. So we have, oh, it's beautiful. All right, hold up. We got a small box right here first. Oh, this is the old destroyed rod and piston. Oh yeah, look at the side of that. Straight up chooched. Straight up chooched her real nice. Look at the coloring on that rod too. That's wild. Yeah, that'll destroy an engine. So we got one totaled out rod and piston there. I'm guessing this is the other one that we killed. We got a bag. Here's the other rod. Yeah, this one's also toast. It's all chewed up right up in here, discolored. Salvage. That'll do it. That'll ruin your day real quick. What do we have here? Oh, plugs and whatnot. That's really nice that he sent those back. All the old piston rings, oil control seal rings. Why? I don't know why he gave me all this back. So this, actually, I want to talk about this for a minute. This is what made this build take so long. These are custom spec JE pistons that we have to custom order every single time we have a failure that involves a piston, which sucks because these things get stupid expensive, stupid quickly. But it's not necessarily the price that makes it so troublesome, it's how long it takes to manufacture these. Custom pistons take, unless you have some like deep connections or you're willing to pay like a lot of money for a quick expedite, it adds up stupid quick, and obviously I don't have money to just throw around like that. So that is the major reason as to why it took so long to get this engine back. All right, are you ready for the meat and the potatoes?
Yeah.
Same. Oh, baby girl, I've missed you. I've missed it so much. That's what we like to see. So these are all the old pistons. Obviously, to save money, there's no need to replace pistons that were good. So we went ahead, we reused the ones that we could reuse. Got brand new ones for the two that we destroyed, which was cylinders 1 and 2, which sucked because that was expensive. But we got a good V3 closed deck on this engine. This thing is ready for some sauce. Now, if you guys remember, back on the car, I've been working on blue in the background of things while we waited for this new engine to come in. Redid the intake manifold, remade a brand new engine harness. As you guys saw, everything like nice mil-spec connections, redid the fuel system. We got bigger injectors. We've got a triple disc exit clutch back there in the corner for this thing. Bigger fuel pressure regulator. We're gonna redo the rest of the feed and return on here. New ethanol sensor connections, literally everything on this car has been redone at this point to ensure bigger turbo, modified the front mount intercooler, couple more smaller things that we need to do with the fabrication side of things for the exhaust setup, but that shouldn't be too terribly bad. We're still waiting on the wide body kit to come in from Russia. I got an 18+ bumper for this thing that'll be here Wednesday, so it's getting there. We're gonna get the engine stand set up, get the EG tossed on an engine stand, so we'll be right back. All right, now that we got our EG back, we're gonna be good to go to start assembling this thing. So we may actually start on that in this video of getting the oil pan, oil baffle, pickup tube, all that on there, the water pump, do what we can. I still need head gaskets for this. I thought that there was a set of head gaskets coming back up with this engine. I guess not, it's not a big deal. I messaged Jeremy to see if I can order a set, but we'll have I need head gaskets, the billet breathers that are going to go on the ends of the cylinder heads, and then this thing should be ready for assembly to go back in the car, which means that the mock-up engine that we have in here now can come out. Before we do any of that, we're going to go back to the house and start assembling that EJ25 that we have for the giveaway, because I want to get that thing assembled and ready to go. I've already measured everything out. I need to remeasure the mains on it. Assuming the mains measure good, we can go ahead and assemble the EJ25 that we have and get that engine done, and we can come work on Big Bertha EG here. Hello, you beautiful people, we're back. So I went ahead, I've already gone through, remeasured our new EJ25 here, because it's kind of the boring stuff to watch, me going through measuring and whatnot. So we're gonna quickly go through and assemble this thing. All tolerances are where I want them. I'm setting this engine up for both pump gas and E85, so if the winner of this EJ25 wants one fuel type or the other, the car will be set up for it. So let me actually show you. It's been a little while since I've shown you an engine build. So we have a beautiful brand new OEM STI nitrated crankshaft that we're using, Manly H Tough Plus connecting rods, redone seasoned EJ25 cases. I apologize for the lighting, it's a little weird in here. King bearings for the mains, King bearings for the rods. I had to go to Subaru earlier and grab a new thing of 3-bond. 3-bond is the only type of sealant that I use when I put short blocks together. You can use alternatives such as what is it, the Permatex stuff. I don't like doing that for specifically short block builds. This is the only thing I will use. We also have a set of beautiful CP pistons that are going to be going in this engine also. This engine's rated for 500 wheel horsepower, so it's not going to the moon. This is like your grocery getter that makes some power type of engine, but it'll get the job done. So what I need to do right now is go through, wipe down the mating surface here, re-lubricate up the crankshaft, get the crankshaft put in. Actually, I need to do the 3-bond. So it's going to be clean the surface, 3-bond the engine, lube up the crankshaft goes in, other half of the case goes in, and then we follow our procedure for torquing down cases. I'll put a new rear main seal in it, all the good stuff. We'll get the pistons set up. We are gonna have to grind the piston rings. I have not done that quite yet, so we got a lot to do to get this thing done. I'm estimating it'll probably take me another like 2.5 hours or so to get this engine complete. So let me get to town, sealing the case up at least, and then we can jump over to the pistons. Assembled here. Next up, we need to go ahead and get the piston rings done. I've already got them all laid out here. We've got oil scraper ring, compression ring, oil control rings. We've got the wrist pin clips, the wrist pin here, and then our piston itself. So I'm going to go through here, go 2, 4, 1, 3 for the pistons. I'm gonna set up this ring gap so that way, like I said, it's set up for both E85 and pump gas, so that way whoever wins this engine, depending on what fuel type they are going to be using, it's going to be covered for them. So I like these little manual piston ring grinders. Remember, you can always take material off, you cannot add it back on. So that being said, let's go ahead and grind some piston rings and get some pistons in here. I've shown you guys how to install these before. You've got your access panel hole on the front right here, there's one on the rear. That's going to allow you to get these in there. You are going to need a piston ring compressor tool. I like this Company 23 one, it works pretty well. You're gonna need a mallet to be able to knock it in, and then some piston ring pliers to be able to get the rings onto the piston, because you don't want to stretch the rings or force them on. You just want them to go on naturally and smooth for our little CP piston here. So let's get our rings done. EJ fully built over here, sealed up, ready to go to its new home. We've also got the set of Brian Crower valve springs to go with that short block, and a set of GSC intake and exhaust valves with the set of Kelford cams. So whoever wins this engine, you're getting a full long block setup. You just got to reuse your cylinder heads, and this thing will be good to go. Like I said, I rate this short block to 500 wheel horsepower. Will it do more? Probably, but you got to remember it's still an open deck design for an engine, so that's going to be your limiting factor on this engine. But it's all cleaned up, brand new, looking beautiful, ready to make some power, ready to go in its new home. So now that our EJ25 is built, we're run over to the shop. I have to get the underhead bolt length for the Exity triple disc bolts, so that way we can get some ARP hardware for it. So I'm gonna let the WRX warm up for a minute, go jet out over there, go get this measurement, get those bolts ordered, then we should have everything ordered to be able to get that engine back in the car permanently. I lied, before we go to the shop, I'm gonna wash the WRX real quick. It has been like super polleny right now, and it's just kind of gross, so I'm gonna give it a quick scrub it up dub. Really good on the RPF ones. I'm digging it. I actually think I preferred on the RPF ones over the TE37s. The white wheels were great, but dude, they're just impossible to keep clean. At least with the silver, it blends in a bit more. I've also dropped price on the WRX, mainly because I want to move forward with other content stuff. So 40,000 is what I'm asking on the WRX as it sits. I'm always open to negotiation, but 40,000 is my asking price on this thing. But anyways, let's go swing over to the shop. Let's go measure these bolts, get them ordered, so that way we can put our EG back in the STI. What's up, Blue? So there's a couple solutions here to keep this flywheel from backing out this time. One of them is this. Not a lot of people know about these. They're called diamond claws, obviously, as you can read. It's for an EJ25, but it is the same bolt pattern as an EG33. And this is a diamond coated shim, and this adds a ton of friction for the bolt heads as they cinch down. So you're gonna put this between the bolt head and the flywheel. So it'll go diamond claw, flywheel, and then it'll go into the crankshaft. And this is going to help provide a lot of grip or a lot of friction, so that way the bolt physically cannot back out. On top of that, we're going to be adding Loctite, like a lot of Loctite to all the bolts. We are not going to be using these ones. These are the ones that Exity provides. This is what I had to measure. So I needed that under head length from the obviously under the head of the bolt to the end of the bolt. Give that information to Jeremy. Jeremy has ARP hardware, so we're going to swap this out for ARP hardware, which will also give more strength. We are not using the ACT Mod Twin this time around. Like I said, we have this Exity triple disc that was provided to us by our friends over at Rally Sport, so huge shout out to them. If you guys are looking for one of these beautiful Exities, I will link it down below for you guys. This is what Josh told me to use. This is what Josh uses in all of his race cars, so that's what we're going to be using this time around also. While I'm here, I need to kidnap this cylinder head, so that way I can drop this off at the machine shop, so that way they can resurface that head for us. I talked to Jeremy, got the head gaskets ordered. Our head gaskets for these will be here on Thursday, so what I'm going to do tomorrow is come over, get our oil pan, oil baffle, pickup tube, all that stuff on there, the new oil pump which I have down there, and we're going to go ahead and build out the short block. We'll get the water pump on, all of that to make this thing ready to go back into its home in here. And then the next day we'll pull out this mock-up engine, we'll go ahead, put in our new long block, and start dressing it and getting it permanently ready. Made it back from the shop, chilling in the RX-7 right now. I have the other cylinder head that didn't come back from out front, the one that was good, in the WRX. I'm gonna go drop that off at the machine shop tomorrow morning, get that resurfaced and hot tanked. We have our head gaskets showing up on Thursday. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff going on with Blue. We're gonna start getting that, like I said, we're gonna start putting that engine together tomorrow. Now, just because the engine and everything came back for Blue, I'm not gonna stop working on the RX-7 either. I am gonna continue working on this car in the background of things, as well as doing some other videos on the RX-7. So I wanna get progress going on both cars. I wanna get the RX-7 running and driving again. The new rotor housing should be here Thursday or Friday, so I'll probably assemble the 13B for the RX-7 this weekend. That way we can get all the accessories put back on there. I need to order a clutch for it so we can get the engine back in the car. But my primary focus right now is blue, to get blue back on the road, but still gonna keep making progress in the RX-7. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys on this one. I'm big pumped. I've been waiting for that engine to come back for 7 months now. It's finally back. We're good to go. So with that, that is all I've got for you guys. If you guys like the video, you know what to do. Go to hit that like button, turn to black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it might turn for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be able to put it in one of these corners, no idea which one quite yet. But with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.